Welcome back to another video. Today is all about the Detroit Pistons. They have been very active recently with the Jalen Duren situation and also a surprise trade that happened this morning, so it should be a fun one. Let's get right into it. So, the whole deal with Jalen Duren is he wants his max rookie extension of 5 years, $287 million, which would have taken up 30% of the Pistons salary cap, and they were in the direction of paying him until he underperformed in the playoffs. But now they are in a contract standoff, and Jalen Duren is now a restricted free agent, meaning the Pistons still have the rights to his contract, but he can go negotiate and sign contracts with teams of interest. And he has stated he is exploring his options with free agency and the trade market. Jalen Duren was an All NBA player for the Pistons last season, averaging 19 points and 10 rebounds, rising as one of the best defensive big men in the league. And he's still only 22 years old. So if I were the Pistons, I would be doing everything in my power to hopefully keep him. If not, investigating the trade market with him wouldn't be the worst idea. His trade value could land them a couple of first round picks and some good role players to surround Cade Cunningham. The most likely teams to land him right now are the Nets, who have unlimited cap space to spend, and the Chicago Bulls, who have a decent big in Nick Claxton now from that Julius Randle trade. And if they land Duren, it can make the Chicago center room the best in the NBA, while having one of the best rookies, Caleb Wilson, and a promising young guard room. If the Bulls do land him, I could see them being a fringe playoff team next year if Josh Giddey can take his game to the next level. However, I do think the Pistons will try and match the best offer given to Jalen. But if it comes down to it, they wouldn't go out of their way and overpay him. I mean, the Pistons were the best regular season team last season, and getting rid of Duren could set the Pistons back a season. But with how good Cade can be, I wouldn't be surprised if they stay contender without him. I do think this whole situation is funny though. Jalen Duren was one of the best big men last season, and he is asking for a lot with how bad he played in the playoffs. But a 14-game stretch doesn't necessarily define a young player. He averaged 10, 8, and 2, shooting off 51% from the field. With how good he played in the regular season and his defensive impact on this team, that shouldn't be the biggest factor for the Pistons. But if they do decide to trade him, maybe go out and get a two-way scorer like Jaylen Brown, who would impact this team's playoff offensive struggles. This team is all built around Cade and his scoring ability, and if he is having a bad night offensively, who's your second option? Tobias Harris? So I could see a trade package to the Celtics, giving them Jalen Duren, Ron Holland, and 2 future first-round picks, and maybe some swaps. Getting somebody like Jaylen Brown would elevate Cade to an even better scorer and can make the Pistons contenders with the Knicks, with the Spurs, and even the Thunder. So that's all we know so far with Jalen Duren. But the Pistons were also active this morning with a surprise trade. They get a shooter to complement Duncan Robinson and Isiah Joe, who has shot a consistent 40% from the line in his career, also averaging 11 points this season with a loaded Thunder roster. And they didn't give up a lot for him either. They only sent the Thunder 2 second-round picks. For the Pistons, this is going to be an A grade. Duncan Robinson is not the most consistent shooter in the world, so giving them Isiah Joe will elevate the three-point attack for the Pistons. But the Thunder keep stacking up those second-round picks, which worries me because are they trying to own a lot of picks so they can go out and get themselves a superstar and possibly a trade? So, this 2026 offseason keeps getting more and more crazier. We haven't seen as good as an offseason in a while. So, seeing all this news is so fascinating as an NBA fan. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you like these kind of short recaps about rumors and offseason stuff. But make sure to like and subscribe as well so I can keep growing this channel and making better content. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.